What's up, Mr. Black Spike 94 back with the fur layer of the Monster Truck Diecast Iceberg. And clearly, yeah, we're going to be in weird territory at the moment. And this is where, diecast collectors I really know is some of the stuff that's down here. And another warning, clearly I am going to recap some old topics that I discussed in my eyes video, so I know a couple of them I am going to be on this iceberg, but yeah, and clearly I'm going to start those off first because why not, and add all the new stuff later. Let's go. Let's rediscuss about Doomsday again by going a little discuss about in a different way. Query back when in 2015 when the truck was first available, everyone file was a custom, and yeah, I could definitely see why because it's they just recasted the NEA by put it black and call it day. And clearly back when in 2015, yeah, it was one of the most interesting recastings ever, in my opinion. Corey, it was very weird. I framed him about because a lot of people thought it was like a custom, and that's why it's on here. It was the only case where a diecast made by Hot Wheels with the Marshall license that people thought was a custom, and clearly no, it was official. And yeah, Corey the truck never even got retooling afterwards because how costly it is. And Corey, if the truck did got a retooling, it'll be quite expensive. And Corey, yeah, it's crazy to believe that it should never got even a retooling, and that's why I playing that on here. And also, the truck was going to be made by Spin Master, but never happened. Also with NEA, so. Well, Corey, I'm going to have to discuss this because this is quite weird. And yeah, Corey, Demo Derby's real name is actually Town Hauler, and Corey doesn't believe about that. And Corey just happened during beginning half of 2019 or the late half of 2019. 2019, it could be either or. And quarterly back when, yeah, it's quite confusing, and probably even more confusing now still. If you could believe that, like, there's a truck called Dome Derby and Town Hall together. And also, I put down the Iceberg because, it's one of the most weirdest things. What is it? Is it Demo Derby or Town Hall? And clearly, quite weird. Demo Derby is made in real life, but Town Hall isn't, because they're both basically kind of related in the most weirdest way possible. And yeah, I don't know why Hot Wheels should have a decision, but it's very weird and very crazy and very confusing. Arguably the most confusing diecast names ever, in my opinion. Clearly, it's very crazy though, and quite weird that's down here. And clearly, is one of the more crazier cases. Where I know there have been a lot more other cases. Where I know this is very arguably one of the more well-known ones. Let's go on to new topics. Well, Xtermigator. Clearly, yeah, we're talking a lot about 2015 on the Iceberg, and yeah, clearly Xtermigator was one of them trucks that is a very hard truck to find. Clearly was exclusive to Canada and probably Australia as well. And clearly the truck never made its release to America, and that's the major reason why it's on here. And clearly, it's a very interesting case. Corey knows this ain't the only time this happened. Corey knows the Farewell Medusa tour, Medusa truck dealt with the same thing a year later, I believe. Yeah, it happened a year later. And clearly, yeah, it's a very hard truck to find. Still recommend trying to get Boss Gear. It costs $30, but it could work. Good old 2017. Clearly, this is going to be double topics being explained. So, clearly, the 25th anniversary of Monster Jam, they had the silver trucks, and clearly, yeah, it's a very interesting thing that Hot Wheels made back when. And clearly, I am going to discuss another thing that is quite rare. Clearly, it's very interesting to learn about, and clearly, yeah, it's very cool that they made these, where I know these trucks ain't rare, but I am going to discuss a truck, and let's go on with the truck that I'm going to be talking about. Well, the 25th anniversary stunt truck was made, and it was a Toys R Us exclusive, and it wasn't like a multi-pack. And clearly, yeah, if you know, Toys R Us was going to be closing down during this time period. And that is a very interesting case with the truck. And yeah, it's very rare, and probably even more rare, for knowing the circumstances of Toys R Us, and also Corey, this truck is the last thing that Hot Wheels made with Monster Jam in terms of Toys R Us material. But yeah, it's a very interesting truck, and it does look nice, but I probably will never get my question. Corey is a very cool truck. Clearly, it's very interesting to learn about the circumstances and all that. And 2017 was a very interesting, cool year. Roll Files was cool, but it's a very mixed bag for some people. I can understand. And let's go and talk about some other stuff. Let's talk about Avenger, and this is the World Finals 13 Avenger, I'm not mistaken. And clearly, this truck was only made in 124 scale. Nope, did not made in 164 scale. According to there was a section with the black Avenger, but clearly that one got made in 164 scale later on, back in 2017 or 2018, it could be here, or but this one is the only case of this World Finals Avenger did not been made with not been made in 164 scale. We only have 124 scale version. Quite weird though. According to the truck did not have a great run in that World Finals though, and yeah, it's very interesting with this. They did not make a 164 scale with this, and that is very weird. And I have a loss for words, and let's discuss something else. Oh, you're not seeing things. Matchbox did make some monster trucks. Cornell Mattel is owned by Cornell Matchbox is owned by Hot Wheels, so and they're both partners with Mattel. But clearly, yeah, this was a thing back in the 2010s, but clearly, you know, this thing happened back in the 1980s, happened in 1985, and yeah, it's very interesting. They did it not once, but twice. Technically 3 times, you're counting 1990s, but yeah, it's a very interesting case, and not many people really discuss about these, where I know it's a very cool thing if you're an old Monster Truck Diecast collector. And clearly, these are not going to be the only classic Monster Truck Diecast going to be talking down here, Corey. I have there's going to be more later on. Corey Bootlegs is this thing. Corey, yeah, this is not really a Hot Wheels made product if you can't tell. Okay, now I'm more on a Hot Wheels Monster Trucks product. And clearly, yeah, Square ain't going to review this that much. Square know in the Monster Truck community, yeah, I get the old rip-off trucks. And recently, yeah, been a little bit seeing the rip-off by mini trucks, and yeah, not that good. And clearly, yeah, this is trying to make a quick profit off of a big property, and you know, rip-off culture in general is basically like that. And also, bootleg culture in general is like that. And if you've been down the rabbit hole for yourself, it's very crazy and very mind-boggling. And clearly, yeah, definitely do see a double lawsuit with this thing and anything else. Back during the Fire and Ice stuff, Corey Alien Vision was originally supposed to be Fire, but then got switched into Ice Truck. Yeah, it's a very weird decision. Corey, though the truck does not look too bad on ice. But imagine some alternate timeline where this truck kept itself as Fire. And yeah, this is very one of the only cases where a Fire Ice Truck got squished. And that's all I have to say. It's a bonus entry, just like a couple hours. Well, X-ray trucks was not a thing during the 20. Okay, it was a thing during 2010s, but not many people know that the X-ray trucks happened during later on in the 2000s, and this was back in 2006. And clearly, it's a very cool thing to think about. Clearly, it's down here because not many people know about this. It's a little bit obscure in some areas, and It's very cool though. I framed him about it. And Gordon trucks kind of seem like a foreshadowing with the tilt off trucks and X-ray trucks. But the X-ray trucks during the 2010s got a silver chassis instead. And yeah, that's all I'd say. But one section though, Craig Jester did got a black chassis with the orange rims, and yeah, it was very weird. And Craig, this counts like a bonus with this entry. Corno, this is a bonus entry as well. But yeah, it's very interesting to learn about these, and it's a very cool thing to know about with the X-ray trucks in general. Basically, the X-ray trucks basically inspired a lot more stuff in the future. This is where some stuff is going to be a little bit more obscure, a little bit more, even more weirder, and we're start going to be where the truck's value is going to kick up. And yeah, it's going to be crazy when we start going to be down deeper and deeper as it goes. And clearly, crazy that these iceberg videos are very interesting to learn about. And clearly, I want to make more of these. And clearly, know I have like 4 more layers to go. And yeah, we're just going to be start talking about some stuff that not many diecast collectors do talk about time to time. Clearly, it's going to be one interesting thing to do. And it's very fun to research these. And let's see how it's going to go when we're going to go into the bottom. It's probably going to be a little bit more deeper, obscure, mind-boggling, confusing, and everything else. That's all I have to say. And this is Mr. Black Spike 94. Hope you all have a great day.